Let your projects showcase your coding superpowers. Hi everyone, welcome to Scalar's YouTube channel. I am Soumya, a software engineer and an educator. This is part 2 of developing a music app series. In part 1, I taught everything about APIs. We fetched API successfully in our application. And now in part 2, I will teach you how we can meaningfully put that information in our application. So yes, let's get into the video, and before that, make sure you check out our free masterclasses by industry leading experts on Scalar's event page. Link is in the description. So let's get into the system and see what concepts we will need to understand in order to populate the data in our application. Perfect. So the very first thing that we need to understand is recycler view. Recycler view is considered as one of the most difficult, and it's not so easy to understand because recycler view is in itself an advanced concept, and when we talk about application developers, their life somewhere revolve a lot around recycler view only. So I will break down all the advanced concept into simpler parts so that you can understand everything very easily. Okay, awesome. So let me do the screencast and I will explain you each and everything very easily. So now I will teach you about recycler view, what a recycler view is. Using that, we will make some list, like let's say if this is your application, right? In day-to-day life, we use so many applications, right? And in most of them, we see like list of data in any application where you scroll up or down, like you use IG, Instagram, you use YouTube, etc. So in YouTube, if you remember, there is a kind of card and a picture is shown here, the title of the video, right? And a lot many information is there, and we keep like scrolling it up and down. So anywhere, wherever we have to scroll things up or down, so there is the concept of recycler view or list view behind it. Whenever we have a list of data, let's say if that is if this is my mobile apps screen and I have to show list of activities which I have to do today, right? Kind of to-dos app, let's say. So here activity 1, activity 2, activity 3. So either to show this list, I need list view or recycler view. So let me explain you what recycler view is. Recycler view is a powerful UI widget that allows you to display a list of data in a flexible manner. When I was learning about recycler view, indeed as a beginner, that was very difficult for me. And like there are a lot of resources on how to create a complex one, but very few about how to create a simple project using recycler view. And while the pieces that make up recycler view may seem confusing at first, but the way I will explain today, I hope that will make you understand this advanced concept in an easy manner. So there are 3 to 4 parts which you have to remember. Like in the last lecture, in the part 1 also, API is in itself considered a very tough topic, but I broke it down in 5 parts and I helped you understand everything, right? So in the same way, in recycler view as well, I will break down this topic into parts. So you would have seen Gmail application, right? So in that as well, these are kind of cards, like, right? Multiple cards. And if you scroll down up, you will see multiple mails coming in, right? So here as well, the concept of recycler view is used. In this sample application as well, you can see the name of the person is there and their image is associated, right? So either in all these concepts, you need list view or recycler view. Wherever there is a list of data which you want to show in your application, the concept of list view or recycler view is used. Perfect. So a recycler view is a container used to display a list or grid of data like text or photos. When a list scrolls, only a handful of views are actually displayed on the screen. And when a view scrolls off screen, recycler view reuses it and fills it with new data. This makes your app more efficient both in time and space because it recycles existing structure instead of constantly creating new ones. And this is the difference between recycler view and list view. In case of list view, what it does is it doesn't recycle the already present views, it always create new one, and that's where the space, the time, everything is hampered for your application. And that's why recycler view is considered to be an upgraded version of list views. You can do multiple things with the help of recycler view. So here you can see they have written the pink cell represent the cells displayed on a screen, and the yellow cells shows how the view that is scrolled off a screen is recycled in a new view, right? So this is how efficiently recycler view do everything in your application. And these are again some of the pointer why should you use recycler view, especially as compared to list view. And again, like they have explained the important concepts that are used when we make any project using recycler view. Adapters are most important. These are most important concept when we talk about recycler view. I mean, when you have to create a recycler view, adapter is one of the most significant thing, right? Apart from that, obviously data is there, recycler view is there, view holder is there. When we will develop the project, you will understand these concepts very easily. So here as well, I have divided the complete steps, all these steps into two parts. Number one, we have to create an adapter. This is our step number one. Like in part one, we did 5 steps, right? Here we have to do 2 steps only. Number one, we have to create adapter. Now creating adapter, it involves a lot many stuff, like lot many methods are there, which class you have to extend. You have to understand all those things. And always remember, don't try to rote learn these concepts, be it retrofit code or how to call API, anything. Don't try to rote learn it, because these are some important concepts and it's important that you understand them, right? So in adapter as well, I will teach you how to exactly create adapter. That will be our step number 1 for today. And step number 2, we have to link the recycler view that we will create in our main activity. In the last lecture, we had a text view. In that text view only, we fetched all the data, right? So here we will link the recycler view with our adapter. Perfect. So let's go ahead in our laptop, and before that, here is a diagrammatical representation of recycler view adapter. Like this is adapter, this is database, and this is our UI UX, that is recycler view or list view. So basically adapter plays the role of kind of middleman. It kind of establishes the relation between databases and the UI UX, like recycler view or list view, whatever you are using. So that is the role of adapter. They are very important when we talk about recycler view. Awesome. So let's get into the laptop and understand how we will exactly write the code. Okay. So let's go into the project and see how we can implement adapter in our project. Perfect. So what you have to do here in the package name, just right click and create a new class. We'll go on new and Kotlin class. Name it my adapter or maybe data adapter, something like that. Okay. My adapter, and press enter. Now this is your adapter class. This is kind of very significant when we talk about recycler view in Android applications. So just you have to pass some of the parameters here. Number 1, pass context, okay, val context, which should be of type activity, and after that you have to pass the data list. Okay, you have to pass the data list. It should be list of the my data class. Okay, either it can be my data class or even like data class. I mean, based on which kind of information you want in your application, you can use either of them, right? And then you simply have to, based on our use case, I mean, we can later modify it as well. Let's say if I want the data of the other class, the data class in which we have multiple parameters, multiple information present, we can use that as well, right? Extends recycler view dot adapter, and after that you have to write the name of the adapter, my adapter, and let me put it down so that everything is clear to you. Dot, you have to create a view holder now. Okay, you have to create a view holder. I will explain everything. I mean, what is view holder, why are we creating that, every single thing. A view holder. For now, just note down these step by step things which I am doing. And in the first go, obviously it might be a bit confusing for you, like how to exactly, write the code. You might need to follow tutorials and watch others code bases. But once everything will be clear in your mind, I mean, once you will have the freedom to write on your own, then it will be super duper simple for you. Okay, so my view holder. And after that, if you see here, if you go on my view holder, it is asking me, do you want to create a class? So indeed, I want to create a class, and for that I'll click here, create class, and I want to create this class my view holder inside the adapter only, right? So I'll click here. One second, let me undo this, and here we go. I want to create class, and inside my data, okay, it shouldn't be actually inside my data, it should be here inside the my adapter only. Okay, it shouldn't be my data, here I have to write my adapter, my bad. Cool. And now if you go here, create class, then inside my adapter I have to give the instruction that, okay, create the my view holder class inside the adapter only. Okay, so press enter, and that's it, that's all. After that, you have to extend it, recycler view dot view holder, and it is expecting a parameter of type view. So here what I will do, I will pass item view of type view, and once again it is okay, it imported this view, and here I will simply pass the item view, the parameter. Perfect. All right. So while creating adapter, what we did, we followed simple steps only. We first created the class my adapter. We passed two parameters, that is context of type activity and data list of type list of either my data or data, that's completely up to you. I mean, I think we better use list of data only. I will tell you the reason shortly, because in data class, if you see, we have plenty of information. I mean, I can show the album name, artist name, lot many stuff, right? In the my data class, we just have these three information. All right, so let's close these extra things for now, and let's just focus on my adapter. Okay, and before that, let me tell you what my end goal is. Basically, my end goal, let me do a screencast. I will explain, I mean, what kind of functionalities I will be adding in my application. So let's say if this is the screen of my application, right? So I will make some cards here, right? I will make some cards. Basically, these tutorials will help you understand everything about the logic part, UI UX, like how to beautify the app, how to add colors, how to make it look awesome, and all of those stuff you can do on your own as well, right? For now, I want to use these 40-50 minutes whatsoever in just teaching you how you can populate the data from the API in a meaningful manner, right? So I will make cards, and here I will show the music kind of cover image, and then title of the image, maybe some play and pause button here and there, to just teach you like how exactly to run music, etc. And then you can make the UI as good as a Spotify, etc. Perfect. So let's now come back here, and if you see, there is some kind of error or hint here at class my adapter. If I go here, it is asking me that, hey Soumya, why don't you implement some members? So let me tell you, when we create a my adapter class and we extend it with recycler view.myAdapter or adapter class, right? So there is always need of three significant methods. Those three methods are very, very important in adapter. So let me implement them. These are the three methods, out of which the second one, that is get item count, is the simplest one. Let's say you have a list in which you have 10 music, right? So get item count, what it will do, it will return you 10. That is the size of the list. So I will simply do return, and where is the list? Here is the list, right? So data list dot size, that's it. I am done with this method, get item count. I am done with the code of get item count. And after that I have to write code in my view holder and on bind view holder. So here I will write the code, I will try to explain things, and after that we will go in iPad and I will revise all the concepts for you. I will summarize every single thing. Okay, so in my view holder, listen to me very carefully. In my view holder, what we have to do here, we have to create the view in case the layout manager, in case the layout manager fails to create view for the data, right? All right, and via on bind view holder, what we do, we have to populate the data into the view. Perfect. And with that being said, we now have to create one very significant design file. Okay, so if we go here in the resource directory, in the layouts, right now only one XML file is there, activity main.xml. So what I will do, I just showed you that I want cards of music, like there I will add some information like music image, music title, and so on, like some buttons to play the music, etc. So for that I have to create a basic layout as well. So let's quickly do that. I will do right click, new, and layout resource file, and here let's name it each item. I mean, I want to design how each item will look like. Just imagine WhatsApp. I mean, on WhatsApp you have some specific columns or rows, you can say. In each you have one image of the person, then message, the recent message, and the time at which he or she has sent the message. So each item, in that way, like I have to design each item. So I will do kind of I will follow similar pattern, like I will put one cover image for the music, then music title, and some buttons to play and pause the music. Okay, I'll show you, I mean, what I am exactly going to do. So let's design each item, how each item, or you can say each row, will look like. Okay, press return, and here it is. So right now it is constraint, right? I'll just make it linear, and once again I won't spend too much time on design part because my focus is to teach you the core coding part, right? How exactly we can populate data. I mean, you can beautify the design as much as you want. Let's bring it here, and let's do it like this. Perfect. And here I want the height to be wrap content. Okay, because I don't want one item to take all the space, right? Each item should take a particular space, right? Awesome. And then orientation vertical. After that I will go in the design section and card view. I will drag and drop a card view here, and one second, it has not been dragged dropped. So card view inside the linear layout, and after that I want one image, okay, in which I will show the cover picture for particular music. Okay, here is the card view. Let's for now put this random picture. Okay, whoops. So I have dragged and dropped an image in which I will add the cover picture for the music. All right, and after that I want a text view here, but before that we want horizontal here, because I actually want to put everything horizontally, like music image, then text view, and then some buttons. So what exactly I want to do is, before this image view, I want a linear layout once again, right? A linear layout which will give it the instruction that be it in horizontal direction, right? So we need one more linear layout inside the card view which should be of horizontal orientation, right? And here we go, like this is the linear layout. Inside this we want some more stuff like image view. So let's first put image view here inside the linear layout. Let's put a random picture here for this one, and after that inside this only I want one text view like this, and also I want two buttons, image buttons, kind of on clicking that we will play the music which we will be getting from the API, right? So I'm not giving much significance to UI UX right now. Once again I'm telling this, I mean you can make it look too beautiful, maybe we can have a separate tutorial for the UI UX part, right? So alright, image button and another image button. I actually want the image buttons to be at the bottom, and this is for pause the music. One second, let's now come in the split section, and obviously it shouldn't be here, the image button. Just copy it and put it here just above the pause button. Perfect. Alright, so looks okayish to me. I mean yes, our focus again is to check the code part, so let me give some meaningful name to these views. Okay, so this is music image. All right, this is your let me give some fixed height and width to this one, and text view as well. Let's give it the name music title, and from we are not going to hard code any information. I mean everything will be fetched from the API only, right? For the width I guess 100 dp is more, maybe 80 dp is fine for this, right? And again for this one as well I want to make the width 100 dp, no it's more for it, 50 dp is good, cool, and 50 dp for this one as well, so that everything looks constant, right? Awesome. And this should be named BTN, that is button play, to play the music, and this will be BTN. Let's click again, BTN and pause. Okay, so a rough design part for each of the item is done. Here we will put the image of the music, right? And let's do a bit of good stuff, give some radius to the card, so let's give it 5 or maybe 4 dp, and some margin between each and every view, right? Okay, for that maybe we can add margin of 1 dp, and in the linear layout as well, like this is the card view, right? Inside each card view we have linear layout, so let's give margin of 1 dp here as well. Cool, we can maybe escape the margin for the card view here. All right, and we will see, I mean based on how clean the data is looking, we can make more changes here and there. Cool, so let's now come back to the my adapter class. Okay, my adapter class, and now what I will do is I will write the code for my view holder class. Okay, my view holder class. So here is the my view holder class. Alright, this explanation was for on create view holder, like when layout manager fails to create the view, then we ask the on create view holder to create the view, right? And this is for populating the data, and right now we have to do stuff in my view holder. Okay, my view holder, so the name is somewhere self-explanatory. My view holder class, it is there to hold the data, right? To hold the data. So let me create the or everything that we have in our single row or each row design. Let me create variable for each and everything. So music image, this is of type image view, right? Image view, and then I have val music title. This is of type text view. I think we should give a different kind of, like here as well we are giving the same name, right? To avoid confusion, maybe we can write image only. Let's write image. Okay, and here maybe just title. Okay, title, and then we have play and pause buttons, right? Image buttons. So val play of type image button, and then we have pause of type image button. So you'd be thinking, I mean, why it is throwing some errors, because we haven't yet initialized all these values, right? So what I will do inside init, I will initialize all these values with the help of holder, which is here in the class, which is inside this only. Okay, one second. So this is my view holder, and I have, now we have to initialize all these values, right? So image is equal to item view dot find view by id, and r dot id dot, we have music image somewhere, right? Music image, let's bring it up. Awesome. And then I will initialize title is equal to item view dot find view by id, r dot id dot music title should come up here, right? And after that we have play and pause buttons as well. So play is equal to item view dot find view by id, and here we have r dot id dot play btn play, right? And then finally pause is equal to item view dot find view by id r dot id dot btn pause. Perfect. So basically in the my view holder class, what we are doing, we are using it so that it can hold all the views for us. Like what all views are, we have 4 views: image for the music image, music title, and then 2 buttons for playing and pausing the music. So I have a habit since the beginning that I keep this my view holder class at the bottom of the my adapter class. So let me do that. I just copied it and I'll put it down here. Awesome. So the work of my view holder is done. I told it that, hey my view holder, these are the views that I am having, and these are the kind of initialization for them. And here it is telling you that you can make it private as well. It's up to you. I mean, you can make it private. It is giving some hints and all to you. And now is the time that I write code for on create view holder, right? So here what I have to do, I will write layout inflator. Basically I will create one item view and layout inflator dot inflate, layout inflator dot from, like from where you are inflating, you have to tell that from, it's itself giving me a hint that you have to pass context here. So I will pass context dot inflate. Now you have to see command P. It is giving you a list of parameters that you have to pass inside the inflate method, right? So here first of all I will give r dot layout dot, where I have created the design of each and every row, that is in each item, right? Each item dot xml. And after that you have to pass the root. Here it is parent, you can see this is the root, right? And after that just pass false and return. So here you can see, I mean, you have to return something of type my view holder. So I will return my view holder and pass this item view. Perfect. As you can see in the my view holder class as well, I am passing item view, right, of type view. Alright, so here in the adapter, step number 1, we created the adapter, we passed some parameters, 2 parameters exactly, we extended it recycler view dot adapter, and after that I created my view holder. My view holder, basically I told it that okay, these are the views I am having, 4 things like music image, title, etc. And after that I obviously get item count is super duper simple. I mean, if you have let's say 10 music in your API, so it will give you number 10, that okay, this is the size of your array or whatever list you are having. And then on create view holder, it create view for me in case layout manager it fails to create a view, right? So here also I created the item view and I told it that okay, this is the layout which I have created, etc. I have given it all the information. And now this is the most interesting part, on bind view holder. Inside this what we have to do, we basically have to populate the data into the views like music image, music title, everything via this method, that is on bind view holder. So let's do one thing. Let's get the value of current data is equal to what is the name of your list? That is data list, right? So just get the data list and pass here the current position, that is here position, right? So now you have the access to the current data in the API. Whatever the current data is, you have the access to the current data. So what I will do now, I will like fill all the details into each and every view. So first of all, you know that I have the title, right? So holder dot, this is the title where I have to write the name of the music, right? So I will just press title is equal to current data holder dot title dot set text, right? Because I want to set a text there. Current data dot title link, a lot many stuff are given here, right? So if you go on Deezer API and check here that what exact information is present in the title. So if you click here, so title is basically the music title only, right? Like this one is a stand, the name of the music. And if you look at the 7th object here, so the title is Love the Way You Like. This is also a music, right? So these are kind of mostly in Deezer API you will get to see English music. I mean because Spotify, if you use Spotify API, you will get to see a lot of Bollywood music, Punjabi, everything. In Deezer API you will mostly get to see English sort of music, right? Perfect. So current data dot title. So I'm assuming, I mean at this point, if I run this application, it should show me at least the title of the music which I will be getting from the API, right? But let me complete it. I mean after title I have to fill data in the image view as well, right? Perfect. So I will get the image from where? From album, and then cover image is there, right? Awesome. So for image, what you have to do, you have to use one third party library, that is Picasso. Let's go and find the dependency for Picasso. Picasso Android dependency. Okay, Android dependency. The first link that you are getting, this is their GitHub page. The second one is their complete detailed blog. So this is how you have to use Picasso.get everything. And if you check their dependency, so scroll down and this is their dependency. So let's add it in our build.gradle, right? In our build.gradle file. Here we go. I'm putting here Picasso for converting image link, for converting image link given into API. So basically you are given one image link and you have to show it in image form exactly in your application. You can't show the string, the link that you are getting for the image, right? So for that I have to use Picasso, which is a third party library. So what is the latest version of this? Let's go on GitHub and check. So if you go here, 2.8 is the latest version, right? So just copy it and here we go, 2.8. You just have to click on sync now and it will do the work. After that, if you check the basic syntax of it, this is how you have to use it. I mean it's a one-liner code which will help you do everything, right? So come back in my adapter and here Picasso, just import it. Okay, all right, Picasso.get. So you have to load this image into this image view, right? So image view, I know holder dot image, right? And what is the URL exactly? So I will get the URL from the API. like this is the exact URL which I want. Inside album I have the cover variable, so from there I will get the image, right? Awesome. So if I do here current data dot album dot, then here is the cover, right? I think cover is having the link to the image. Yes, right. Dot image dot cover. Yes. If I click on this link, if I try to open this up to see if actually I'm getting some image of the music or not. So yes, I'm in some sort of music, I mean depending upon what music that is, and as I told you, I mean you won't get too much of Bollywood etc.'s music, right? So expect these kind of data only from this API. All right, so we are done with the Picasso part as well, like image view as well. Now the very next thing that we have to do is we have to play the music as well, right? We have to play the music as well. So for that you have to use media player somewhere, right? Media player, val media player is equal to media player dot create, and then you have to pass inside your media player, you have to pass the exact music which you want to play, and you can get that from your API itself, right? So context, and then you have to pass the music. So you will get the music from your API only. Let me see from which variable. So if you see here, this is the data, right? 7th object, and this is the title of the music, link. So preview is the variable which will give you the preview of the music, kind of trailer, right, which I want. So let's go here, and I will do current data dot preview dot, you have to convert it into URI, okay, to URI. Perfect. So basically in media player now you have the right music which you want to play, right? Awesome. Holder dot play button, holder dot play dot set on click listener. When I click on the play button, I want the music to start. So media player dot start. That's it. And then holder dot pause dot set on click listener. When I click on pause button, I either can pause the music or I can stop it as well, right? That's it. I mean for all the 4 views, for all these 4 views, like the music image, music title and the buttons, what I did, I have written the code. I mean I have populated data into them. In the title I am fetching the music title, in the image I am fetching the album cover from the API only, right? And for play button and pause button as well, I am starting the music and stopping the music. Awesome. So in adapter, I will summarize it in the end now. Like we are done creating the adapter. I know it's a bit lengthy understanding how adapter is designed, but for now we are done with that. And now my main task is in the activity main. I mean you can see last time when I was writing code here, so I dragged and dropped it somewhere at the bottom. So now in the main activity.xml, what I will do, I will remove this text view and add one single recycler view, okay? So let's remove this text view from here and I will add linear layout. So everything is sorted. Linear layout, this one, and orientation, let's put vertical only. And this is the design section, right? So let's quickly drag and drop recycler view here. Awesome. And now I will just add a single ID which is recycler view, because it's important to give meaningful name to each and every view, right? And now we are almost done. I mean, we have to do the last step only. That is, we have to create the recycler view here and attach it with the adapter. Okay, perfect. So late init var and recycler view. Let's name it my recycler view, right? My recycler view of type recycler view, and late init var my adapter of type my adapter. So late init var, basically what does it mean? It means that, hey, I am putting you here, I am initializing you here, but I will give you a value later. I mean, I am declaring you here, but I will initialize you. Means I will give you some value later in the project. Okay, that's where we use late init the variable. And now what I will do is I will initialize recycler view as promised above, somewhere here r.id.recycler view. Awesome. And now in the on response, I mean, I have deleted the text view, right? So what I will do, let's comment it. And last time we checked, I mean, we were able to fetch the data from the API. In the text view, we were able to see everything in JSON format. This time we have created some cards, etc., right, to see if music and everything works fine, right? And here what I have to do, I have already initialized recycler view. Let's initialize the my adapter as we promised in the beginning. Here we gave it late init var, right? That means we'll initialize it later. So now is the time. My adapter is equal to my adapter, and here I have to pass context, that is this @main activity, and after that I have to give the data list, right? So I'm getting the data list here. So let's quickly pass the data list as well. Awesome. So it is giving me some error. It is saying that they required this and we are giving them this. Perfect. I mean, not a big deal. Just put nullable stuff and you will be good to go. And then recycler view dot adapter. This is most important step. I mean, you have created the adapter. Now is the time that you set link between the adapter and the recycler view. Okay. All right, set adapter and is equal to my adapter. After that you have to set layout manager as well. So recycler view, my recycler view dot layout manager is equal to linear layout manager, oops, oh god, okay, linear layout manager. And inside this you have to pass these parameters which they are showing. First of all, context, and that's all. So hopefully this should work fine. Right now it is saying that there is nothing like recycler view. So what happens, Android Studio is heavy software. I mean, I just created recycler view. Might be it is not able to fetch it, but once we'll run the application, it should work all good, right? So I think we are good to go. Let's see if it works fine or not, else we'll debug the code, right? So yes, my adapter, I understand. I mean, the code might be a bit lengthy if you are first time writing recycler view code. So you can see last time we were able to fetch everything using JSON. I mean, the data that was there in the API, we were able to fetch it. Now we are putting each and everything at its position, like music image, music title, and so on. Right now the Gradle build is happening. The background tasks are going on. We have created an application. And yes, I mean, in Android Studio, if you have been using it, so obviously when we run an application, it takes some time, right? So I think the build is done. Let's see if, okay, it is saying something. And in on response, you can see, I mean, I'm able to fetch the data. I'm able to get all the data in on response once again. Yes, you can see on response, and it is giving me all the data. My data album is here, I mean, cover image, etc. Now if I put it down, so the same information should come here as well. So might be because my internet is a bit slow, that's why it's taking a lot of time in loading the information from the API, right? Now you can see, I mean, it's all the information is loaded and it's a bit slow, obviously because of the Wi-Fi. So make sure, I mean, whenever you are using API, few things are there. Number one, internet permission should be there in your manifest. So these are some of the few songs Number one, check your internet that permission is there. Number two, the internet should be good, then only the API data will fetch in a good way. So these are the songs: Superman, the Without Me, Love the Way You Lie. If I play something, stop, so the music is stopped, right? So right now I didn't focus much on the UI UX part, but yes, I mean, once you'll have this knowledge, like how to write the logic, how to fetch the data from the API, you can obviously, I mean, beautify the app the way you want to. I mean, you can exactly clone the design of Spotify as well. But yes, in this Deezer API, because this is not having Bollywood music etc., you can in the same way use a Spotify API as well, right? All right, so I think we are good to go. It's working fine, so I'm closing it for now, and let me now summarize everything for you, what all we did. Okay, so let me again screencast my iPad so that I can explain everything to you. All right, screencast, and here we go. So basically, the very first thing that you have to do, I mean, this was in part 1 as well, how we use retrofit etc. This is the retrofit code. The complete code is of retrofit. For recycler view, we only added few parts, like we created our recycler view adapter, and this is the only part that we added apart from part 1 lecture. In the part 1, these are all the code bases of part 1. I mean, how to deal with retrofit, how to call enqueue, on response, everything I explained very well in the part 1. You can watch that. And after that, if you talk about my adapter, so let me quickly summarize it. This is your class, my adapter, right? So here you have to pass context, right? So this is the adapter class that we created. We have to pass two parameters here. One is context of type activity, and the data list. I mean, whatever data you have to use in your application from the API, just pass it, and then extend the recycler view dot adapter class, and you have to create your own my view holder as well. My view holder, as I already explained, the name is self-explanatory. It is to hold the views that we create in our single row or each row design file, right? Perfect. So this is our on create view holder method. This is get item count, and then on bind view holder. So these three methods are the most important ones when we talk about adapter concept inside recycler view. Okay, the simplest one is obviously get item count. Let's say if in your data list there are 20 items, 25 items, like we used music API, right? So if let's say there are 10 music, it will return you the size 10. Okay, that in this data list there are 10 music present. And after that, there is on create view holder. Basically, if your layout manager fails to create a view in case, then we use on create view holder, and then on bind view holder is there to populate the data into the views. Like we populated the data in each of the view. We had text, we added music title there. In the image, we added the cover image of the music you just saw in the application, right? And then play button and pause button. So once again, I mean, you can improve the UI UX as much as you want. My task was to explain you each and everything, like how to fetch the data and how to use the information of the API in a meaningful manner in your application, right? So I mean, that's the summary of what we did, how we did. My view holder class, you already saw how we created it. This is to just hold the view. Like we had 4 information and we created it, we declared it, we initialized it. And that's all about recycler view and adapter. To summarize, these were the steps for the part 2. Like in part 1, we had 5 steps when we were fetching the data from the API. In this case, when we had to populate the data in a meaningful manner, we use the concept of recycler view, and for that the most important thing is adapter. just practice creating recycler view adapter for very small projects. Once you'll be comfortable doing that, you can easily create adapter for the big projects as well, like when you are dealing with APIs, music API, shopping API, any such thing. I would highly encourage, like if you have, let's say, array of data, list of data, just try to put it in kind of some recycler view, or to start with list view also works. I'll try to put links of some of the easy to follow tutorials which you can follow step by step to create some quick and easy projects around recycler view. And then step number 2, we just linked the adapter with the recycler view, linking of recycler view with the adapter, which we did in the main activity inside the on response method. So in this tutorial, if you have any doubts, any queries, drop them in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer them. If you are facing any bugs around recycler view, if you are facing difficulty how to create adapter or in any of the methods, anything, just tell in the comment section and I will be there to answer your doubts. If you like the tutorial, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to Scalar's YouTube channel for more such insightful content.